Happy Thursday and welcome to our fourth day of our Hunkydory Christmas. Now today we have some things that if you are getting our What's New Wednesday emails, you will have seen yesterday, and we're here to show you all about them today.
We have two great new Hunkydory stamp collections, also perfect stamping pads, and some festive foiled cardstock.
That's hard to say, festive foiled cardstock. Okay, come play with us. And here they are.
We're going to start with our stamp sets. This one is called Festive Friends, and it's got lots of little fun Christmas type critters on there. There are reindeer, penguins, I love the little owl presents. So quite a few little stamps in one collection.
And you can see that those are clear acrylic, as are these. This is birthday wishes, so a whole variety of things.
Right.
And our festive foiled cards, there are 40 sheets. They are 5 by 7, and you're going to get a variety of colors in each design.
There are 8 different designs. You get 5 different colors in each one, which makes them perfect for mixing and matching. It takes the guesswork out of your card making.
And they all have that wonderful foiling.
Isn't that great?
And
nice sturdy cardstock too.
Yes, they are. It's
well, that's Hunkydory for you.
So that, now something else that's new, in addition to the stamps, are these called For the Love of Stamps papers.
These are perfect backgrounds stamping pads. Let's look at them one at a time. These are the pretty pastels. And within this, you're going to get 48 double-sided papers. And they're going to be a pattern on one side and a solid color that matches it on the other. So with each one of these, you're going to get 4 of that pattern, and then you're going to get into a different pattern. So different patterns, you've got textures, you've got like a rainbow on there. You're going to go through and see some other images. This is really kind of light. We're going to see it better on the beautiful brights, but there are definitely some beautiful pastel colors in this one.
And it's the same idea here. These are 8 by 8, both of them. And the beautifully bright, as you said, it has the moire on the front, then it has a solid on the back, and there are a total of 48. Let me just flip through.
And lots of different patterns. You're going to see some marbling, you're going to see halos in the middle, kind of a rainbow look. There's just lots to choose from. I love that there's a color on the other side that matches it, and then you get 4 sheets of each, so if you use one, you've got another one to play with.
So there we go. Now let's get into what we can do with them.
And we saw this one on day one. When
we
were talking about the beautifully bright stamping pad, that was this one.
Yes, so here we go. Now this is using multiple things going on here. We certainly have our stamps. And
so from the stamp set, so we've got that snowman on there. That's what you're seeing.
And let's talk about how he is decorated. Obviously he's been stamped, but we've also brought in some stickles. So the red glittery stickles you can see for his hat and his scarf, but also the brown is being used. This is the pearl, the onyx pearl.
So that's the liquid pearls. The liquid pearls and stickles in combination. I've got the little snowman here. He's been stamped, and here is the waterfall stickles, and so that glitter is in there ready to go. It's got that nice very thin point there. So I like that the snow was just added basically as a shadow to go around the bottom. I squeezed it too hard before I was there we go, but I can redirect it. So just very quickly go along there, and then I like adding that down
horizon
to the bottom. So there's just a little bit of snow on the ground, and
boy, that was tough.
Yeah, super simple. That when it dries, it'll be extra sparkly after it dries.
Now also that little nose, now you could color it in with a pen, but there is a liquid pearl that will coordinate beautifully with that. So, and then also if you can see the blue that Gail was just doing, just a little smidge of it there along the little pom-pom on his hat, as well as right there. So you can see very quick to do. I guess there's some more right there. Very sweet. Now,
so this is, you did mention the circles and scallops.
No, I'm going into it right now. So we have the 8 circles and scallops, which is probably one of the absolutely most versatile, well-used cutting dies. And we've used the round circle, and then
cut a perfect circle for you, and then you can use the scallop and run that Hunkydory foiled cardstock through.
So the foil cardstock becomes this piece as well as this piece, and this piece.
So cut it in strips. You've got a strip here, and maybe you've even got one piece that's this big in the middle in the background, and then strips at the top and bottom. And then this was done on brown cardstock, so that's the dark that you're seeing.
And then we're using the tiny Christmas words for the Let It Snow. And then on the inside of this card, look at that cute little penguin. Same idea.
Right. Colored in with stickles and liquid pearls.
Isn't that cute?
Using the smallest of the circles and scallops, Winter Wonderland, and just strips. I like the idea of just using strips of that cardstock. It's such a cute look. You can leave white around it. You don't have to cover everything.
And we have added the red jewel border dazzles. You can just see they just go so nicely with all of the Hunkydory items
Pretty quick card, really.
Yeah. Now we're going to go into, this is a label swing card, and boy, don't those foiled pieces, the foiled cardstock, really do a nice
Isn't
job.
That fun? Again, with the For Love of Stamps, you've got a little owl family on there. So we've got one up here, a teeny tiny one, and then another one, and that just stamp them, color those in with Spectrum Noir pens, and then cut them out individually. And
when you're cutting them out, notice that you're not going along every little feather. You're just kind of looping around there with your scissors, so you get a little bit of a white mat.
Right, so not quite as much fussy cutting. It's a little easier. And I love that the pieces on here are placed on there and using from the label swing card the patterns. So this comes with the label swing card. You get these patterns within. You just cut out the pattern pieces, and then you can use them to trace and cut out those Hunkydory cardstock pieces.
And you've got it for these two side pieces, for this is just a rectangle.
Right, for the label front and back.
And the labels are on that paper too.
And then just add some great greetings dazzles.
Isn't that gorgeous? And this used the red jewel as well as the white border. So you can see how striking that white is. And the white works because you're seeing the white cardstock as the mat on those papers.
So that's a nice look, and that pattern gives you that perfectly cut, so you get that white matting around it.
Works really, really well. Now, scrapbookers, you know we always bring things for you, and look at this. So you get to play with this too.
Now, this one in the background, I want to point out right away that the perfect background stamping pad was used. So you're seeing that blue behind them, and then you turn that blue that has that pretty pattern on it, you turn it over and you've got a solid blue for matting your photos and your journaling.
So you can see that gradation, and then we've got very enthusiastic penguins down here with a very happy snowman.
And just colored in a little bit with Spectrum Noir pens, cut them out, very cute.
And then we have this wonderful collage.
Isn't that great? And Lene started by finding pieces that matched different patterns but some kind of corresponding colors. She cut them into 1.5-inch strips. So if we were to have the padded, so it's a long way on those strips, and then she cut those into 1-inch and 2-inch pieces like this, and just started matching them. So 1-inch and 2-inch, she just sort of went back and forth with different colors, and then up this way to create that border. I just think that's a great idea.
How lovely that is. And even in a sheet protector, you will see that shine. And it does such a nice job of really getting you the focus. It almost looks like ice cubes around the corner.
Just add a little glitter velvet ribbon on there, a knot here, and a knot that goes around the corner of the photo.
Again, that frosty feel. Now, we also have the festive greetings stamp, and wherever that is on our table, and we wanted to bring this here so to show you. There we go. We've got the birthday
festive greeting. Lots and lots of stamps on there, and this is all about happy birthday. So we're talking about Christmas, but there are Christmas birthdays, or you can have this for another use. But it's such a great and easy way to put on some beautiful, beautiful script.
And I was wrong. This is called birthday words. So sorry. I don't know where I got festive in there.
That's right, birthday wishes.
But this is what you can do with it. And you can see the happy birthday has been stamped, the sent with love has been stamped.
Right.
But we've also taken some things that we've had before, like the design toolkit number 3.
Right.
And you're going to show that?
And we're going to, if we bring the card back in, so here's the design toolkit, which has got full of wonderful templates, with more cutout pieces inside. But then we've used it to cut the front panel. You can see that cut down along this edge. Trace it onto your card after you've covered it with paper, then cut it out. And the back panel, that's using this one. So just go through and pick out the pieces, all of the pieces you see, a large label, a center label.
I was going to say, these
that
two
little
pieces.
Tag.
Right.
Yeah, they're all in here as well. There's one of them right there, and then the scallop piece. All of that within this one little set of design toolkits. It's got the little tag too, but I can't find it at the moment. It's in there.
And you can see these lines have been done with the thin line dazzles. Now, they're little, I mean, there's 63 on this little piece of backing material, but look what they do as you add them, and you can just mix and match beautifully.
Right.
And this, of course, opens up. You get another one on the inside, birthday wish just
More
for
of
you.
those stamping papers. It looks like inking was done here, but that's just part of those papers, so you don't have to worry about that. You've got that done for you.
Now you may be wondering about that black paper, and that is a single sheet. It's called a black peacock.
So just one little strip of that.
Let me show you the whole piece. It looks like
It
this.
adds a nice texture. That's just kind of a fun little accent.
It really
and it
does.
also matches perfectly with those black butterflies.
And there they are.
Black jewel butterflies, so they're nice and sparkly.
So very fun. And it's just nice to see what you can do with a word stamp.
Right.
Here is another example. Wow, look at this. So a whole lot's going on here. And we are also using, instead of the 8 circles and scallops cutting die, we use the Easy Circles template. Now, this allows you to get circles all the way up to, I believe it's 11 inches or 11 and a half inches.
Nice big size, and the smaller sizes too. Really simple to do. You've got the template, and there is a piece in there. It has the purple circles holographic.
Right.
And what you can do is turn that over, place your template on here, and go ahead and draw your circle. I'm going to pick a 3-inch here, and then I'll just start going along the lines. And you go right through with your pencil through those lines, and you can choose to continue around on the dots because they do match, or you can flip it over and continue tracing the lines on the other half of the circle. Then just cut it out, and you have a perfect circle.
And you've done actually a larger circle, and then just scooted this one in.
So in your card, you're going to do that too. So in your card, you're going to open it up, and you're going to cover it with paper, and then you're going to use that template to trace and cut out your window, and then you can mat with that next size down circle, which is a great look. I want to look at this in the center. This one was also traced and cut out, and this is one of the solid papers from the Pretty Pastels background stamps. You're going to trace and cut out a circle, which I've already done here, because this is what's used on the inside of the card. And what I thought was kind of fun is within the stamp set, there's this teeny tiny little banner, one single little banner piece. I've got Distress ink, seedless preserves. I'm going to ink that up. And let me show you the kind of neat little idea that Debbie did with that. So starting on the edge, I'm going to stamp right there, and then I'm just going to go all the way around, and you have this nice look, if we look at the card, of that nice little circle all the way around. That really frames the message, which is actually on the front.
Right.
And that was done by stamping it directly onto that. And then I went in, if you look kind of close, I'm going to show you that for each one of these, you just cut around. And I used a retractable pen knife to cut those out. And you can even cut a little bit between. And then when you're all done sort of fussy cutting around that, then just snip the edges like that and like that. And now you have a piece that is a separate banner, and that is what's used on the front of the card.
Looks like a little bit of coloring might have been done to
That's the paper.
Oh, was that the paper?
Those are the papers.
Okay.
They have those great ombre looks, and
Okay.
so that's fun. A lot of the stamping, all of the stamping you see, the little XOXO, the Let's Celebrate, all comes from that same set. And
As
on the
well as
inside, a background was done, and the Make-A-Wish.
So cute to have that window and having something going over the front
Lots
of it.
of fun stamps in that set.
Our last card is quite a treasure. Look at this. This is also using those birthday wishes stamps.
Right.
So you can
lots
see
of them as we show.
the hooray.
There's that nice circular one right in the center that's used on the center of the card.
Happy birthday to you. And this has been done on the Interlocking Frames die cut card. So it just creates such a beautiful look. So let me show you. We just open it like that.
Like so.
And the oh, you're going to show the card?
I'm going to show. So here is the card, and it's all shown on the card package how to do this. It interlocks like that, but you also get some separate die cut pieces that look like this. So you're going to decorate this piece, and actually I believe that it's going to be like this. You're going to decorate it, and you're going to foam tape it. But what we did is take some of the stamping papers that were used, and I really wanted the solid side. So I took the die cut and I glued it, or excuse me, I placed it just like this. There we go. I placed it on there, I glued it onto the paper, then I cut out the center, cut out around the edge, and then when you do, you've got that nice pink on the background. And then you're ready to add your dazzles. So
this is the piece that would be glued or foam taped on the front of this, right?
Right.
Okay.
So that's how that's going to go. It's going to match on there. Super simple to do. And on these dazzles, they have dazzles.
Actually, let me show you the package. Sure. These are dazzles for the interlocking cards, and these are the big dazzles, the 8x9 inch sheets. And there are 4 finishes, and Gail has one of them right here.
Right.
And they are designed to work with all 3 of the interlocking cards, the frame, the oval, and the heart.
So they're all 3 on here, and the great thing is that they're all cut into pieces so that they're easy to place. So I'm going to pick up one of those, and I'm going to take this off the card, and then I'm going to figure out which direction I'm going to put that on the card. I think I'll put it this way, and they're really set up just to work very nicely. And make sure that you can see what I'm doing. I'm just going to place it right like so, line it up on the edge. And there you go. So that's one piece, and then you've got another one here for the other side, and then you've got these long pieces for the top and the bottom, and all the pieces are set up like that for the interlocking cards.
And then you also have these pieces of the dazzles, so they just really complement. Now the easy thing about this also is that these sections here, that paper and that paper, they're just straight rectangles. Just put glue on the surface, place your paper down, and turn your card over and trim it to fit. You don't have to worry about cutting the frame part, because that's going to be as the die cut, it'll go on top.
And since on these dazzles, since you have that heart-shaped dazzle, it was just placed directly on paper, and then you cut out around it, so now you've got a nice pink heart for the center.
And you've got enjoy your special day in the center there, and let that interlocking go on.
So 2 great little stamp sets with lots of stamps, and we have the perfect backgrounds stamping pads.
And even though those are called stamping pads, just ignore that. Use them however you want.
However you want. You don't have to stamp on them, but you can. So you can stamp and emboss them. You can run these through an embossing folder, use them with die cutting machines.
And then we have the foiled cardstock, which just is beautiful on its own and so very useful.
So great.
So a brand new collection, and we hope you'll join us tomorrow for our last day of our Hunkydory Christmas special.
See ya.